Welcome back to Happy Hour. Here next to me, we have a couple of really interesting guys. This is Dan and this is Eric from Lake Area Storm Spotters. We have seen some crazy weather and some crazy storms this spring and really even late winter with the tornadoes in the area and just some really bad thunderstorms rolling through. And it's guys like these guys here and so many others all around the area that are the boots on the ground that are looking up at the sky and are spotting these storms and getting that crucial information to the people that need it so that people can be in safe. So let's talk about, how did you guys get involved in this? Like what was your start in this?
So mine was in '99 in the Oklahoma City tornado. I lived in Oklahoma, and the same system that dropped the tornado in Oklahoma City dropped one in my town.
Okay.
And ever since then, I was probably 9 or 10. And I've just studied severe weather since then, and it's grown drastically over the years.
So that started as a young kid.
Yes, sir.
You just so like, how did you get your knowledge and training? Just reading and.
So I took the National Weather Service courses every year, and there's a whole bunch of online training that we can take. There's some training that meteorologists take that we take.
Okay.
So it fascinates me by being able to know what's happening and what might happen next.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, how about for you?
Well, I've always been fascinated with the weather, even as a kid. But when I went to Oklahoma City with the VA, because I worked with them, transferred from Des Moines, I was there right after the tornado that wiped out Moore.
Oh, wow.
So I started taking the same classes that he spoke about through the National Weather Service. Mm-hmm. And then moved up here because I retired, and Eric and I helped start up the CERT program for Camden County. He eventually ended up leaving, and then I ended up eventually leaving, and that's when I linked up with him with Les.
That's really cool. So the Lake Area Storm Spotters, now this is, you guys, you do all this training, and you're out there, and you're the ones that you would contact, like the National Weather Service, when you see, hey, there's a funnel forming. And you always hear, on radio and news and stuff where they say, oh, spotters have spotted a blah, blah, blah. And I just thought, I don't know who the spotters are. So you're the spotters.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Take me through a storm coming in town, or if hey, tomorrow there's going to be, some possible storm. What's your process? How do you go into getting ready, and what do you do for this?
Usually we know a few days in advance if we're going to have any kind of severe weather. The weather is very finicky, and it never is going to follow what they say it's going to.
Yeah.
So usually the day of, a couple hours before, be like, hey, this is what's coming in. Let's go ahead and get in our wherever we're going to be at. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it may be 5-6 hours ahead of time, just to kind of watch, make sure nothing's happening before. And as it progresses, then we'll resituate to wherever we're going to be at to watch it come in. Wow. A lot of the information we get from the National Weather Service, their hazardous weather outlooks, their watches and warnings. Mm-hmm. As storm spotters, we're not meteorologists. We don't do any forecasting. We rely on National Weather Service heavily for all that.
Yeah.
All we are here to do is to try to keep people safe by reporting what we see. We report to the Camden County Emergency Management and to the National Weather Service. And we have direct contact to both of them at any given time. Mm-hmm. Tornado back in 22 in south of town. We were out there all day long watching it. Well, it come through, we saw the wall cloud, and radioed in National Weather Service, and they issued a warning off of it.
Yeah.
So
that's a very intriguing thing that you're able to be those, like I said, the boots on the ground, and to get that information to where it needs to be. Because there's the radars, they can do only so much.
Right.
They don't have the eyes to be able to see, like, oh, this funnel is starting right now. And
Exactly.
you can say, I just looked up and saw that, and you can radio that in. And
the particular storm that we're talking about, it was just a severe thunderstorm warning. Mm-hmm. And then we saw it progress into a tornado, and it later on produced an EF1. Being here at Lake of the Ozarks, we're almost smack dab in the middle between Springfield, Kansas City, and St. Louis. And all three of the radars only have so far that they can reach. So in our area, we're almost in a dead zone where it's hard to see anything on radar. Mm. With all the topography of the hills, all of that, It makes it even harder. So being storm spotters and even mobile spotters, what my team does, we go out and actually chase these things.
Yeah.
And by being able to do that, we can show, hey, the radar is correct, or no, it's not. We need to upgrade this to the next one.
Wow.
So
I'm sure there's got to be someone that's out there that's been like, I've always had a passion for storms and always wanted to maybe do something like this, but just never knew how to get involved. How could someone get involved and be a part of the Lake Area Storm Spotters?
So we are on Facebook, and that if you search LASS, Lake Area Storm Spotters, you'll find us. If you can reach out to us through that, we'll get you signed up with all the classes that you need to. All of our training is free of charge.
That's cool.
We don't charge for anything, and you get all the training that you need.
Yeah, that's really great. So again, if you are interested in this the least bit, check them out. They're also very fantastic to be following just as all the time. So the LASS, follow them on Facebook, because any storm that comes into Camdenton, guess what? They're going to be keeping you updated and letting you know all of the weather happenings that are in and out of the lake area. Dan, Eric, thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Such a neat thing, and I'm definitely looking forward to learning more about what you guys are doing and following you on Facebook and seeing some more of those storm spotting, right?
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys again for coming on. We have more with Happy Hour coming up right after this. Stay right there.